So now remember, we're going to do some buzzsaw, and remember, if we're doing buzzsaw, you're typically going to want to shorten the poi up. And the easy way to do that's always, if you're spinning backwards, you just open your hand. And so I often will go once and then 2 fingers, and then I've got a nice short poi for a nice comfortable buzzsaw. It doesn't matter whether I'm spinning split time or same time, open hands. And with practice, you'll get good at that. If I turn around, it's really easy to unwind. Wind up here. I can unwind, or if I'm going forwards, if my arms are crossed, I can wind up. Or you can just stop and you can go, and you're wind up. So you got your buzzsaw. Now, buzzsaw can be really sloppy at first. And it's all about just messing around until it starts to work. And what I want you to do, take your poi like this, and I want you to practice this. Boop. Just take a tiny little bit of your poi and just wheel it like you're pedaling a bicycle. So your fingers are properly circling each other around the center of the tether. That's what you're going to be doing with your hands. You're not just going up and down or flippity-flop. You're actually making these little circles. You're really circling. So you can practice that with 1 poi. And then when you've got 2 poi going, I want you to try to do the same thing. So really look at what your fingers are doing and really try to have your fingers orbiting each other. And they can really overlap, right? They're not out here. Let them, if you overlap, you're going to force yourself to do it. If you're out here, you can like do whatever. But if you overlap, you have to let them circle each other. So maybe it'll hit each other a little bit at first, but the more you overlap, like say, look, my whole hands are overlapping, that's where you get the motion. That's where you start to have to make circles. So make yourself do it. No excuses. You'll get there if you make yourself get there. So then as it begins to work, it'll just start to fall into place. You can mess with the planes on purpose. You can let them go on a diagonal like that, a diagonal like that, a diagonal like that, a diagonal like that. Or you can try to tilt them both this way, or tilt them both this way. It'll be really tough at first. Or both this way, like you're steering a bicycle, or both this way, go on a little ride. And as you learn to tilt and mess with it, you will slowly be developing the control that you need on your planes. And it might feel all awkward and weird and uncomfortable and it's not working at first. But as you just really get the fingers circling the fingers and messing with the planes, it'll, day by day, it'll get better and better until you start having a really clean circular buzzsaw. And then that's going to feel really good. And then when you've got that, you can come back to working on things like circling the buzzsaw.
Notice the buzzing saw in the background.
Notice that there's a buzzsaw buzzing away in the background. At least I like to think it's a buzzsaw. It could be a chainsaw, which would be more like this. But, yeah.